Hey golf fans, this is early 1981 and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be checking out Seven Devils at Bandon. This is a fictional course located just north of the world famous resort, and this one was designed by TGC Architect, which is seemingly his first ever full design on the golf club. So this is certainly going to be interesting. So let's take a look at the course settings. As always, leaving everything at default. Fairways are firm, greens are firm, green speeds are medium fast, time of day is dusk, and the weather is overcast. Let's take a look at the tee options. We do have two tee options. We will be playing from the black tees, which are playing 7,069 yards. And as always, pin set number 1. As always guys, thank you so much for the continued support on the channel. It truly is appreciated. If you haven't already done so, please make sure to hit the subscribe button. So here we are on the opening tee. Absolutely stunning opening hole. Really liking the environment. Really looks like a linksy course. But with this 16 mph wind, I'm just going to fully loft up driver and hopefully land short at these bunkers that are dividing the top and lower tier of the fairway. Tiny fast, the wind is reluctantly holding that up, and hopefully that does sit down on the tail end of the fairway.
Second shot here on the first.
So I don't think we'll be reaching this green in two due to the winds. Once again, this is one of these courses that will really change depending on the wind speed and direction. So just try to get free wood as far down there as possible. There's a red fast, that's probably going to be bunker bound. Certainly not feeling my swing timing so far. It really has been inconsistent lately. But when I'm only playing the game 2 or 3 times a week, guys, on master swing difficulty, it really is understandable. But let's see if we can pitch this one close. This 15 mph wind will really hold up the flight of the ball. Just looking to land this at the front of the green, and hopefully it releases out a tiny bit. It's a decent shot. Didn't release as much as I had hoped, but it is going to leave me a putt from 8 feet. Green speeds are 162. This is for the birdie. Breaking both ways here, but surely turning more from right to left. I've played it firm, and I've drilled that right into the heart of the cup for an opening birdie. So great recovery shot from the sand. And we are going to move on to hole number 2. This is an elevated par 3, playing 168 yards, but a crosswind that will hold me up, so I'm just going to deal off 6 iron here. Going to really play the slope, apply a good bit of topspin, and see if we can find the dance floor. There's a perfect. The wind's taking it round beautifully. Stunning views off there in the distance. The wind's really killed the flight of that ball. I probably could have went 5 iron and should have went 5 iron. So this is going to be a lengthy putt from 41 feet out, 5 inches uphill. This putt will turn from left to right. Let's see if we can lag this one close or go one better and drain it for the birdie. It should start to turn. It's on a good line. Go on, get in, get in. It just breezes by the right hand side of the cup. Very good weight and read. I do tap that in for the first par of the round, and I will remain at 1 under. But I've got a feeling that these high winds are going to make this a treacherous experience if I'm not swinging well. And look at this for a hole. Right on the cliff side. I think with driver here and a little bit of shape from left to right, tiny bit of fade, we may drive this green. It's a tiny fast, that fade's kicking in. And that's took a firm kick left. Another few yards to the right, and that may have made the front of the green. Just an unkind bounce there. But it is going to leave me a splash shot. I'm just going to have to apply full loft and full backspin to this pitching wedge. It will release out a good few yards when it lands on the putting surface. Decent execution. Should start to turn towards the hole. It's reluctantly sitting down, but it is a good recovery shot. It is going to leave me an 11-foot putt. Not a lot of turn in this. This will really turn late once it gets near to the hole. There it goes there, and that is a good up and down for the birdie. But what a fantastic layout there. Really enjoyed that hole. Right on the edge of the cliff. So hole number 4. Very narrow fairway here. Fairway's really going to kick from left to right, so got to pay attention. Anything down the left hand side should be decent, but there's a red slope, and it looks like that's going to be bunker bound. We just avoid the bunker, but that is going to remain in the heavy rough with an awkward lie at my feet. I would have much preferred the bunker. I don't think I'm going to reach this green. No point being a hero here. Pins right at the back. So I'm just going to try and lay up and get this ball to the front of the green for an up and down. It's a red fast. That may help me out though. To be fair, that slope at my feet didn't move me as hard left as I expected it would.
And we're back on the fairway.
But we got the outcome I was looking for.
Now.
I'm just going to see if I can splash this one close and walk away with a par save. There's a perfect. That ball should run out and catch the slope. It has done. And hopefully I can convert this 6 to 7 foot putt for the par. It's actually 8 feet. Certainly no gimme. There is a fair bit of turn here. It didn't turn at all. You could argue I played it a little bit firm, but wow, I really expected that putt to turn a lot more than what it did. So that is going to be my first bogey of the round. That all came from that poor tee shot. And I slipped back down to 1 under par. Hole number 5, dogleg left par 4, but this is another stunning looking hole. I'm really enjoying the environment and the look of this course. The designer certainly has nailed the links effect here. Tiny fast, but that should hopefully remain on the fairway. It's going to be another awkward lie at my feet, as you would expect with this specific environment. And wow, anything too far left here and I'm going to be in danger. But I think 7 iron is going to be perfect. I'm just going to play for a firm kick at the front of the green here, playing the slope and the wind at my feet. And there's another red fast. That is going to be OB maybe. I'm going to be lucky if this stays up, you know. It has stayed up. That's a very fortunate outcome there. That red fast didn't seem to go as far left as I've seen them. But let's see if I can be aggressive and chip this in from the heavy rough. It's got a chance. Oh, it just burns by the right hand side of the cup. That break took me more to the right there than I allowed for. And this is certainly no gimme for the par. Going to play this firm. It's a good line, good read. Unfortunately, it does drop for the par save. But I am hacking my way around here. Too many red fasts and red slows. Just not feeling my swing timing today so far. But this is going to be a downhill par 4, drivable in these winds. So I'm just going to set this out to the left hand side and allow that wind to drift me back in. It's a baby fast. That should be bang on, you know. Hopefully this gets a firm kick and gets up to the top part of the green. Are we going to reach that top tier? It's just going to come up short, so it is going to leave me a nasty uphill putt for the eagle. 39 feet out. Putts breaking both ways here. Certainly going to be turning more from left to right. Let's see if we can lag this one close and walk away with a birdie. Should start to turn. That didn't turn back as much as I had hoped. Weight was good. It is going to ensure a tap in birdie, which we do convert from 3 feet, and I do get back to 2 under par. So 3 birdies and a bogey so far. But this course certainly holds your attention. Hole number 7, it's a par 4. Ooh, I'm going to try and fade this a little bit and try and find the left hand side of the fairway. Oh, there's a tiny fast. That may counteract the fade. I've actually overturned it, to be fair. That fast maybe helped me out, but it looks like this is going to slope right into the heavy rough. Just applied too much fade there. Fortunately, we're up close to the green. Only 67 yards away, but let's see if we can pitch this one close. Looking to land it at the front of the green and let it release out. Needs to go. Needs to go. Oh, just didn't have the legs to run on. It is going to leave me a chip-in opportunity. Another yard or two and that would have been a good recovery shot once again. But let's see if I can chip this in from 4 yards out. It's looking... Oh, I was going to say it's looking good, but it just slips out. Wow. And I feel it's going to be one of those rounds where nothing's going to happen for me, sadly. So I am going to remain at 2 under par. And we do move on to the 8th tee box. It's another elevated par 3 into a 15-mile-per-hour wind. So I'm going to have to go 8 iron here. I'm going to try and play that slope just at the left hand side off the flagstick. Shouldn't need the backstop here. Oh, it's a slight fast. The wind's bringing that back round though. This should kick right, you know. Yardage is beautiful. It's actually not a bad outcome. It is going to leave me with a pin high putt from 11 feet out. Just going to take my time with this one. It's one of those putts that, are the beads going to turn you or are they going to stay straight? I'm just going left edge of the cup here. Playing it dead weight. It does turn right into the heart of the cup, and I do move to 3 under par. And we will step on to the 9th hole, final hole of the front 9. It is going to be a par 5. So 15 mile per hour crosswind here. I don't think I can carry the hazards in the fairway, so this is actually going to be a tough shot. But what another gorgeous looking hole. Just going to try and fade this against the wind and find the centre of the fairway. Oh wow, that's a red slow. That never felt like a red slow. Somehow that's going to work out for me. There's no way we're going to find this green in 2. My swing timing is so far off today. I think we can actually hit driver off the deck here and just try and chase this as far down the fairway as possible. And hopefully leave myself nothing more than a flop or splash into the green. But it's another red slow. It's going to come up way short of my intended target. Is this going to stay in the fairway? No, it's not. It actually runs into the light rough. And I'm 55 yards out, down 14 feet with that crosswind. So I'm going to play the wind. There is a huge slope to the left of the pin if I misjudge it, but hopefully this should be on point. It's a slight fast. That needs to get down, you know. And with coming out the light rough, I didn't generate any spin whatsoever. And this is certainly a tricky putt from 14 feet out for the birdie. Should have played that a lot better. Should have got it closer. That should turn. Come on, ball. It does turn. So this is one of these rounds where my putting's keeping me in it. I did always say with this game that it is driving for show, putting for dough. And we move on to the 10th hole. A 17 mile per hour wind into my face. If that wind was reversed, it would be another drivable par 4. There's a perfect. I've pushed my swing line right. I'm just hoping this wind gets this ball sitting down on the fairway for me. Look at that, we've used the whole of the fairway there. It's going to be another pitch shot. This time this ball should spin back comfortably for me. Just playing the wind in the slope, so aiming this way left of the pin. There's a tiny fast, but the wind's taking it around beautifully. Don't spin. Oh wow, that's going to spin off the green. That wind really held the flight of the ball up as well, so just not reading or calculating these shots as well as I can be in these conditions. But if you do look, I think that wind actually changed a little bit on me. But it is a chip-in chance. Oh, would you believe it is definitely going to be one of these rounds. I could be 6 under here if it wasn't for the flag sticks. That's unfortunate. But I'm certainly getting my just rewards here for not swinging well on this course. So hole number 11, par 4, an 18 mile per hour wind, very tight fairway here. I'm just going to try and take this down the right hand side of the fairway with a little bit of fade. There's a laser beam perfect, and hopefully this does kick left as it suggests. And that is a fantastic tee shot. I couldn't have played that any better in the circumstances. Once again, it's another pitch shot. I think that's just the downside to this course so far. It could well be due to the wind conditions here that everything seems like a drive and a pitch. There's a tiny slope. This should get down and hopefully bite. That's a far superior outcome, and hopefully I can convert this 6 foot putt for another birdie and get to 5 under. We do get to 5 under. But really enjoying my time out in the course. It just feels like the par 4s, especially in this wind, is like a drive and a pitch. But look at this for another cliffside hole. Absolutely outstanding. Very narrow fairway here. I think anything down the left hand side, even the rough, surely the ball's going to kick back into play. Certainly not going to hit a slow here. There's a red fast. This should actually kick back towards the fairway. Members bounce, but we did call it. Far better being down the left hand side than being in the water in the ocean on the right. So it was a safe play. Let's see if I can throw this lob wedge up there. Get this sitting down next to the pin. There's another red fast. I've got no idea what's going on with my swing timing today. It's another nice kick out onto the green, and it's actually going to set up birdie. That's really worked out for me. It wasn't intentional. I did not play for the red fast there and the kick off the bank, as you can tell. It's a fortuitous birdie. It does get me to 6 under. But really not feeling my swing timing so far today. It's very inconsistent. Wow, plenty of hazards in play here, so I'm just going to try and draw this tee shot from right to left against the wind and try and find the centre of this right hand side fairway. There's a baby fast. The wind is holding me up, and that's another really good tee shot. Just missing out on the perfect, but it gave us the exact same outcome. And this is going to be a tough shot into the wind. Hopefully gap wedge has the legs to get there. Just applying a little bit of topspin, tiny bit of D-loft, and hopefully this wind holds me up. Wow, it's another red fast. I just can't explain it. I'm certainly going to have to return to the training ground and calibrate my swing timing, because this really seems so far off. So I'm going to have to rely on my short game here. Just going to try and splash this up to the hole. It should run out. Reluctantly ran out there for me. It looks a straightforward putt from 8 feet. This is just to save the par, which we do. But yeah, my swing timing is all over the place. Sorry if you've came here for quality golf play, guys, and accurate shots. It's just not going to be one of those rounds at the moment. I'm fighting for par the majority of holes due to my swing timing. But I'm looking to play the slope here on the left hand side with a tiny bit of fade, and hopefully get this ball running up towards the pin. There's a perfect. The fade's kicked in superbly. This should be really, really good. It should start to kick towards the pin. Is it going to run? It's a really good shot considering the wind. It is going to leave me a makeable putt from 12 feet out. Looking to play this one firm. Take a little bit of the break out off it. Not played it as firm as I would have liked, but it did hold its line fortunately. I do pick up another birdie. I get to 7 under par with 2 par 5 still to play in the final 4 holes. Hole number 15. This is going to be a long par 5 into the wind, but look at this for the course, guys. It really is magnificent. And if this really is the designer's first completed course on TGC Tours, wow, I cannot wait to see what his future designs are going to be like when he gains a little bit more experience. Tiny fast, that is certainly going to find the fairway. Really not going to reach this par 5 and 2 due to the length and the wind. Hopefully I can loft up driver here just to get over these hazards and leave myself nothing more than a flop or a splash into the elevated green. But there's a laser beam perfect. That should run on a good bit as well. And hopefully I can walk away with another birdie here. So 44 yards out into the wind. Yeah, I am going to flop this. I'm just going to apply full topspin to this sand wedge. It should land way short of the pin and hopefully release out for me. Good execution. Come on, ball. There's the topspin kicking in. It's going to leave me about a 6-foot putt for birdie.
Setting up for birdie here.
It's 8 feet. And this putt is going to turn from left to right. Yellow slope. Oh, wow, that's turned a lot more than it suggested. No way, guys. Look at that. That looks a totally different putt with different beads. And sadly, it's just one of those things with the games. It costs you strokes. I'm so accustomed to it now that it really doesn't bother me. But, wow. Hopefully going forward with the next game, these issues can be eradicated, because they really are hindering people who want to play competitive rounds on this game. There's another red fast. How on earth I'm going to find the fairway here? I'm not. It has kicked hard left.
Well, I don't know.
My swing timing is so far off today.
Fairway, so I'm not all
I'm just
wrong.
going to have to try and find the front of the green with 5 wood here. There's a perfect. You just couldn't make it up. That ball is shooting so far right. Wow. I think the wind may have changed on me there a little bit. I cannot understand how that ball shot hard right.
Nice. Looks like you wound up on
I think the
fringe
wind
in
maybe
end.
just changed on me.
Setting up
I'll have to
our
watch that
third
back.
shot.
But I'm going to try and chip this one close. Full topspin with a gap wedge. We've been robbed with a couple of chip-ins in today's round. There's a red fast. It's just going to come up a little bit short. And hopefully I can convert this 8-foot putt for the par save. Hopefully the beads are true this time.
So far.
They seem it. It's a good par save. We will remain at 7 under coming down the stretch. And it looks like hole number 17 is a par 3. Oh wow, this is going to be a long par 3. Once again, it's an elevated green into this wind. Hopefully I can find front of the green with 3 wood. Really need to hit this well. It's a tiny fast, 102%. That's not getting there, by the way. This could kick all the way back down into trouble.
Where's this one going?
It has done. I would have really liked to seen an elevated tee box and the green way below my feet instead of all these elevated greens. It feels like it should. It's one of those courses that should have a downhill par 3. But it is what it is. But let's see if I can flop this one close. Steep face bunker here. It's a red fast. It's going to take me left of the pin. Yardage was good though. But this is going to be a tricky putt. It is a tricky putt. 9 feet out. There is a lot of movement from left to right in this one. Hopefully I can convert it for the par save. That should turn. It does turn. It really is a fantastic up and down. It means I do remain at 7 under, with the final hole being a par 5, but I've thoroughly enjoyed my time out in this links course. I'm sure this fairway is going to kick right, so I'm just going to apply a little bit of fade, try and find the right hand side of the fairway. We do have wind advantage here.
Nice swing.
Decent execution, the fade's kicking in. Surely this kicks left and remains in the fairway. I've totally misjudged that. That didn't kick left at all. Wow, really misread the lay of the land there. Let's just see if we can hack this out with 3 wood. Slope at my feet's going to take me hard left, and hopefully this wind does gain me a few extra yards. This time it's a red slow, but wow, that ball hardly turned to the right. Where are we going to end up here? It's right against the face of this bunker. This is horrible. I'm hoping I can land this just past the pin and let it spin back. So let's go with the lob wedge pitch. Full off, full backspin. Try and land it past the pin and let it spin back towards the cup. It's great execution. That's short. Oh no, that's going to spin back down the slope. It has done. It's caught the slope, and that is now going to be a horrible putt for birdie. It's just been one of these days where nothing has went in my favour. But we take it on the chin. Let's see if I can convert this putt from 30 feet out. I've really underhit that. That's going to be a test in 6, 7, maybe 8 foot putt for the par save here.
Oh, well, yeah.
7 feet.
Make it there.
Fortunately, there's not a lot of movement in this.
Looking good.
It's on a good line, good weight. I do drop it for the par. But what a fantastic golf course that is, guys. I do manage to shoot a 65 7 under. I really enjoyed that. If you did too, please make sure to leave a like. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. And until the next video, take care, peace out, and love you all. Bye.
So much for the round. I had a great time hanging out with you.